Hi everyone, my name is Xuan, and firstly, thanks to Lindsay and Ray to help me to talk to you deep sea and microplastic. And my topic is microplastic injection in deep sea fish from the South China Sea. And I'm Xuan. And what is microplastic? This is microplastic. And microplastic have primary microplastic and secondary microplastic. Primary microplastic is like our personal cares, products, and washing machine. And secondary microplastic is like our rock marks, tires, shoes, and fish snacks. And let's talk about primary microplastic. Primary microplastic are tiny plastic pieces that are made small from the start, like 1 millimeters here, 2 millimeters, and 5 millimeters. And microplastic are 5 millimeters. And secondary microplastic. These are tiny plastic pieces that happens when big plastic breaks into smaller and smaller pieces, like this one. Big plastic breaks into smaller and smaller pieces. And how did microplastic enter the sea? Just like this, like just now Ray says, like when plastic on the sea, the sun will break down the plastic into microplastic. Then the industry and washing clothes will release the microplastic. Then the microplastic will sink into the sea floor. When it sinks on the sea floor, the deep sea fish will eat it, and we will catch it. Then we will eat it. So this is the impact of humans, and this is a very dangerous recycle. Next, why we choose South China Sea? Because it is surrounded by many Asian countries. Pollution from cities and industry is increasing, and we found we found out a lot of microplastic, and some sea animals like zooplankton have eaten them. And the aim of these studies, number one, we want to understand how microplastic pollution is related to how deep the fish live and what kind of fish they are, like this picture. Next, we also want to study how many microplastic deep sea fish eat and look at their size, shapes, colors, and the type of plastic they are made of, like number A, film, fiber, B, gainer, and C, PET film, and D, also fiber. And just now I said South China Sea. And why we choose South China? I will take you more details, like this picture, more details of South China Sea. And below is the deep, the deep of the ocean, and the X is east, and the Y is north way. And we are here. And this is my result station. And this area is important because this is where people catch a lot of fish in the South China Sea. And this is BT1 is 200 meters, and BT2 is 450 meters. And how do we catch the fish? We use bottom trap. In Chinese, we call 底头网. And result, we casted 35 fishes from 13 different kinds of fish from the South China Sea. And we found out microplastic were found in all the samples of the fish. And A, abundance of microplastic, 200 meters. And the A and X is items per individual. And the Y is the fish below, 1 to 7. And the red color is stomach, and the blue color is intestine. And as we can see, that number 1 fish, stomach, have a lot of microplastic in 200 meters. Next, B and X also the same, is item per gram. And the Y is also the fish below, 1 to 7. And we found out number 4 fish intensive had a lot of microplastic. And abundance of microplastic 450 meters. Also, A and X is items per individual, and Y is 1 to 7, if those which below. And we found that number 4 and number 6 in 450 meters have a lot of microplastic in their stomach. And also B, items per gram, and Y, those which below. And we also found that the third fish, this one, its intensive have many microplastic in 450 meters. And now its size distribution of microplastic 200 meters. And we have 0 to 1 millimeters, 1 to 2 millimeters, 2 to 3 millimeters, 3 to 4 millimeters, and 4 to 5 millimeters. Then the X is the percentage of plastic by size, and Y also the fish below. And we found out soft fish mostly filled up with 1 to 2 millimeters microplastic, and short-nosed green eyes mostly filled up with 2 to 3 millimeters microplastic. And now it's intensive. Also, the X is the percentage of microplastic, and the Y is 1 to 7, the fish below. And we found out glowberry and short-nosed green eyes mostly filled up with 0 to 1 millimeters microplastic. And now it's 450 meters. Also, the X is the percentage, and the Y is the fish below. And we also find out glowberry and green eyes 10 to 20% of the microplastic were 1 to 2 millimeters. And the lanternfish microplastic were not only 0 to 1 millimeters, but also have 2 to 3 and 4 to 5 millimeters in size. And now it's 400 meters intensities. Also the same, X is percentage, and Y is the fish below. And we found out light fish, short fin, dragonfish, mostly filled up with 0 to 1 millimeters microplastic. And now it's percentage of microplastic shapes in 200 meters in stomach. And we have film, fiber, gainer, and pellet. And X also the percentage, and Y also the fish below. And we found out all 4 microplastic were found at dreamfish, this guy. And now is intensive. Intensive we found that have film, fiber, and gainer only. And X also percentage of microplastic, and Y is 1 to 7 fish. And we found out swollen tail, and short-nosed green eyes, mostly filled up with fiber microplastic. And now it's 450 meters. Also we have film, fiber, gainer, and pellet. And also X is the percentage of microplastic, and Y is 1 to 7 the fish. In stomach, these 3 types of microplastic were found. In soft fish is film, fiber, and pellet. And now it's 400 meters intensive. And we also film, fiber, and gainer. And X also percentage, and Y also 1 to 7, those which below. When we found out short fin mostly filled up with film. And result and discussion. The microplastic was eaten by fish may come from 2 ways. Maybe by accident, or and eating prey that already contains plastic, like this feature, zooplankton and microplastic. Then the prey eat, then the predator eat the prey. And this shows that microplastic can move through the food chain. And conclusion, The impact of marine ecosystem. Marine plastic often settle on the seafloor and can strongly affect the deep sea fish. Translocation. Microplastic may not stay in only one place. It can also enter fish muscle, like fish meat, which may affect the safety of the seafood for people like our. And lastly, threat to fishes. Microplastic pollution is not only an environmental problem. It can also reduce fish resource and cause food safety risks around the world. And this is my reference. And thank you for listening.
What difference between the primary plastic and the secondary plastic?
The primary plastic is like our daily using, like your fish washing, your fish washer, your shampoo, and your toothbrush. And the secondary is like outside, like this road, then fish net is like outside using microplastic. And more details is like primary is like chemical things, and secondary is like very big microplastic plastic.
Okay, I understand.
You show the data of like the fish eats what kind of microplastic and what kind of size. Is there a possible reason that each kind of fish eats different kind of microplastic or different size of microplastic?
You mean like this? This picture?
Yes.
Uh, well, for my thing is because uh, like film is like plastic that our eyes can see, but fish can't see. So, and it also like a microplastic, so it's very small, and maybe these fish like eat it and don't know what they eat it. Is it your question?
Like, why do they eat different size and different kind of?
Plastic.
Yes.
Uh, I think that uh, because this they eat different plastic, because I think that these three they can see, so they can see because it's very small, it's 5 millimeters. So they maybe just eating the zooplankton, also eat the microplastic. And when at the deep sea, we can't know what microplastic was sink into the seafloor.
Hey, I want to ask page 24 and 26. Yes. Can you explain the two picture? They are different. What's different the two pictures? I don't understand.
Or these two picture is that uh, size distribution of microplastic 200 meters in stomach. And this two picture is the fish where they are at 200 meters, and their stomach is folded of 1 to 2 millimeter microplastic, and short nose green eyes is folded 2 to 3 millimeter microplastic in their stomach.
Next picture. And 因为 the two on the 200 meter, and
And this one is intensive. So it's stomach and intensive.
okay, I know.
So your stage performance was quite nice because you were the few student who was looking at your audience, and you talk also fluently and with from time to time some body language. So this is nice. And also, I think at the beginning you sort of cite other people's, other students' presentation. You thank Yushih and another student for providing introduction. This is actually a nice strategy in a meeting where you say, oh, we thank somebody for making the introduction for me. This is a good strategy to do. And all right. And then for the slides, you use a lot of image. This is really nice. And where is 10? Then starting from the slide where you have more text, I suggest that you use a larger font. It's always it's not necessary to leave so much space. I know students like to leave space. It's a kind of art, I think, but it's not necessary. The good strategy is always to make your font as large as possible. And then later you started and you have a purpose slide, which is okay. And you have this troll, I think it's AI, is that right? No, it's from internet, it's okay. And it's good to add that. And I think the key issue I have with this presentation is because you have so many these kind of figure, I have to say you nicely presented it because you did what I expect students would do. Like you add image of the photo, you add image of stomach and intestine, and you introduce the axis. These were all nicely done. But the problem is because you have too many of this kind of figure. At the end, I'll be like, oh, okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference? It's a little bit like I lost track. And because it's a little bit like very detailed account, 流水账, detailed account of the observation, and without a guiding hypothesis. When I say guiding hypothesis, maybe you can recall the talk from, is that Ray? Okay, from the other students, where he sort of prepared the audience with some hypothesis. So we know what is the thing we want to see, like to be verified or falsified. But here it's like, the species A is like this, species B is like this. And you know you can present this for 100 species. And we still don't know what's the key pattern. I think this is probably not your issue, it's the issue of the paper. It's really a detailed account, it's 流水账. That's something to be avoided in your own study as a presentation material, because you have said so much. However, when you look at the end, I don't know if the author discussed, for example, like you have so many different species, but maybe did they discuss, okay, what are their habitat? Are they benthic fish or pelagic fish? How big the fish is it? And what do they usually do? Otherwise, it's so much detailed account, and without being able to really support this. Because if you want to support this, you might expect to present data against the microplastic data against maybe trophic level or body size, body weight. But they didn't do this. They do things like this. So at the end, I was really my mind drifted away because of so many similar figures. I'm sorry to say that. Maybe not your problem. I don't know. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can prove this or not, because if that's the way they present the data, then that's it. It's a 流水账. without too much scientific insight. And however, you can still make some improve your conclusion, as I said many times. Conclusion is not this kind of general statement. You know, when I see this, I don't even need to listen to your talk, I know this. So conclusion should be something, the most important finding of this study. People will only know this when they listen to your talk. That's your conclusion. Okay, so at least you can revise your conclusion. I hope you can figure out a way to improve maybe you can look up their size on your own. I'm sorry if the author didn't do the job. And if you really want to study bioaccumulation, I hope you can tell us more about fish. I hope you like fish. Then you will have the motivation to learn more about fish. Okay. Hope to see your improvement next time. Thank you.